Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, we are live doing it, and I want you to, everybody, to take a look at a couple photographs. You might have to take a look on the internet, but we're going to be sharing these on Third Phase of Moon, and what we are showing you, people are saying it's a mysterious whale of a story, basically a whale found in a park in Oklahoma, in Muskogee. A city worker made an incredible discovery while cleaning up a park up along the banks of the Arkansas River, and he found a 40-foot long humpback whale lying lifeless hundreds of miles away where its natural habitat. This doesn't make any sense. What's happening in Arkansas? This is straight out of the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, something only in the movies, but we got these photographs. This is being reported by, being reported by the World News Daily Report, and they're saying that this whale could have been left there, but they can't explain how. They called in the Muskogee Police Department, and they don't think it's a prank. The investigator rapidly dismissed this theory because there's no traces of vehicles or machinery large enough to carry this large animal. It just doesn't make sense to the Muskogee Police Department. They admit that they don't know at the moment how the marine mammal found its way to the park, but they say we found no signs that suggest that the animal could have been placed there by humans. This was said by Lt Darrell Remmington. The lieutenant also says, for all we know, it probably got lost and swam up the Arkansas River until it got stuck for some reason. Well, that would be unprecedented. I've never seen photographs such as this. So basically, there's a team of biologists from the University of Oklahoma that has already arrived on site to examine this well and collect some samples. They're going to be performing tests and analyze the remains of the 25-ton well to try and determine how it made its way up Muskogee River. Many theories have already emerged basically on the social media to explain the presence of this beached well in Oklahoma. Some people believe that this gigantic mammal accidentally swam up the river and was trying to get back to the ocean, while others believe it could have been fleeing a predator. Well, these photographs, I'm not sure if it's a Photoshop or not, but it definitely looks real and reported on the World News Daily Report. Some conspiracy theorists, get this, some conspiracy theorists even think it could have been carried there by the Men in Black, helicopters, or even by aliens. Now, this makes a little bit more sense to me. We've heard of these kind of massive displays of aerial dominance of possible whales being dropped off where they shouldn't be, and now we got this clear evidence. Or teleported. Could it have been teleported there? I want to get people's comments below because these photographs are shocking. The Muskogee Police Department is looking for any help from anybody. If they have any information, contact them. This is interesting stuff, and we will be keeping up to date on this. What is going on in Oklahoma? How did this massive humpback whale make it there? There are, again, no traces of how it got there. Could this be some kind of elaborate hoax? Even the police department and the lieutenant there in Oklahoma can't say that there is any kind of evidence that this is a hoax. So again, everybody, take a look at the photographs. Leave your comments below. We are broadcasting live right now on Third Phase of Moon, and I want to take your calls. I want to get your calls and your experiences in regards to this UFO phenomenon happening right now, because it is happening, and it's happening in real time. And if you've got something you want to share, the number to call in is 347-934-0378. That's 347-934-0378. We want a good, concise story, maybe a beginning, middle, and end, location, exact time and place. That all really comes in handy. And if you want to get straight to the top of the call list, just press number 1 on your keypad right now, and we'll be getting to you as soon as we get back right after this short break. Stand by. Third Phase of Moon is live. What is happening in Muskogee, Oklahoma? Let me tell you, it's strange. A massive well has been discovered along the banks of the Arkansas River. And in Muskogee, Oklahoma, the police over there, the lieutenant police officer can't explain on how this massive creature has ended up there. A massive mystery. Like I said, the conspiracy theorists are saying that it could be some kind of alien drop off, or maybe the men in black dropped it off, or could this be something to do with climate change? Who knows? It's just, to me, this blew me away when I saw these photographs, and we're sharing it to you right now at Third Phase of Moon. Now, let's bring in the callers. Let's bring them in. They're lining up. Let's bring them in. 562. You're live, Third Phase of Moon. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you, Blake. My name is Carrie. I'm calling for the second time. I'm living in Lakewood, California, and I have a story to tell.
Well, great. I'm so glad he called in, Carrie. Let's hear it. I'm so glad he called in. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
Okay. In about 2009, September or so, my daughter and I were driving home from Phoenix, Arizona, and we stopped to get gas at the AM/PM, about 2 miles east of the border, California border. So my daughter, I dropped her off. She went into the bathroom, and I went and filled the car up. And then I pulled the car into the parking lot in front because we were going to get something to eat in there. So I went in to use the restroom, and she was leaving. My daughter was leaving the restroom, so I went in the bathroom. I was alone, and I went to the restroom, and then there were two sinks and 2 mirrors to wash your hands in the lavatory there. And I was at the sink where when someone walks in the door, that you would see them in the mirror. So I was washing my hands really good, and I was looking in the mirror, just, checking out my face anyways. So someone was coming in the door, and so I looked up into the mirror to see who it was, and we met eyes. It was like a very small person who looks like a turtle face. And I went oh my gosh, what is that? So I didn't turn around, and she turned her face as soon as we saw each other, and she hurried into the restroom. So I went oh my gosh, what do I do? Oh my gosh, that wasn't a person, in my brain, I'm not saying anything. So I finished washing my hands and kind of took my time. She wouldn't come out, so I went outside the door, and so there was no one, who saw her also. Anyways, I went and waited out there for her to come out in the store. So I waited a few minutes. It had to be 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, maybe no more, maybe 10 at the most. But I got anxious, and I went in there to see if she was still in there because she never came out. She was gone. And it was what?
Wow. Yikes. What do you think happened?
I think that I'm not sure. Maybe the window was too small for someone to crawl through. She was probably about 4'9", 4'8", but she had a sweatsuit on with a hood, and it was 104 degrees out, okay? A sweatsuit, pink, bottoms and top, long sleeve, over the hood was over her head. And you could barely see her face. She had a pretty big hood, And it was that I saw her in the mirror, and we met eyes that way. It wasn't though as we were face on, right, because she probably keeps her head down. But I think teleportation, or she came out and had some of the costume. I didn't see anybody come out of there, though. There was no one come out. And it was I went out to my daughter and told her what happened. She's going, "That's weird, Mom." And I'm going, "Right? That's weird." So I went and walked around the side of the AM/PM just to see if I could see anything. Nothing. So then we went home, and it was just I saw an alien. She had 2 little nose holes for a nose and a small mouth, and her skin was green, and her eyes were big.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. Right after this experience, when he witnessed a possible teleportation by a little young girl. You couldn't explain it. When he got home, you had a visitation. Now look.
Oh no.
I want to start. Go.
No. I have a no. That was no visitation. No. I probably was just said it wrong. So no, I went home and it was just a story that it was only my own story again. Like when I had the first time I called in, I told you the story about hearing and seeing the UFO come over my house when I was alone. I called like November 4th show, and that was the one time I was alone too with my dog, and I had no one there with me and no camera. But that was when I saw my life pass before me because I was so scared. So from what I didn't know what it was, and I ran and hid. So anyways, that's my stories.
Wow, Carrie, appreciate you sharing that because that sounds weird. It almost sounded like a Matrix glitch or something. And maybe the girl was part of a program and she maybe wasn't supposed to be there. But it really, that sounds creepy in its own way because if you can explain it,
right,
it must be sticking with you still to this day for sure.
Yeah, and I'm a registered nurse. I'm a detail person. I see detail, on just right off. So I'm going like, oh, right? Amazing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I was thinking I couldn't see the color of her eyes because she looked down so quick, And I'm going like, oh, my gosh. She was short as the handle on the door. She was just right under the size of where the handle would be at the bottom, like. So she was 4'6", 4'7", something like that, but definitely not a little child. And maybe her suit was stuffed, big,
Well, could she have been maybe, disguised? Maybe maybe she was disguising herself as the little girl, but maybe it could have been something else, like a possible like an alien.
Right. So they go to the bathroom too, I guess. Right?
Well, yeah, you would imagine. You would imagine they would have to take care of business. But yeah, they're biological. And some of them say they're half biological and half cyborg. And it's a strange thing. But wow, again,
where she takes off and teleports out. But the other times she pees like we do. So.
All right, Carrie. Well, appreciate that call-in. That's quite strange, quite strange, because just recently we received a video from Japan that looks to be a man teleportating out of nowhere, like right in front of a car. It's a strange video. If you haven't seen it, it's on our YouTube channel. All right. If you've got a story to share and you want to call in, the number is 347-934-0378. And if you want to get to the top of the call list, all you have to do is press number 1, and you'll be taken straight to the top. I know a lot of people want to listen to the show, but it's important, too. If you've got something that nobody's ever heard of before, some new information, it's important that you share it here. Right here at Third Phase Moon. So we got an unlisted caller, unlisted number. Are you there? We got some background audio. All right. Again, it's number 1 to get to the top of the list. And also, what's going on with this well? How did this humpback well get in Oklahoma? This is the weirdest story of 2017, I think, in regards to a mystery that I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to solve anytime soon. Everybody, stand by. We're going to take a quick break. Third Phase of Moon, looking for the truth out there, looking for the truth. And we got callers calling in from around the world. I guess you could call it a well of a problem. Yeah, but that's right. We're talking about this well, and so far, these photographs are astonishing. And how did it even get up on the land itself? These wells don't have arms, and it's basically, I don't think there's any really low tides with this river, the Arkansas River, low and high tides. Maybe I could be wrong, but does it go up that high tide where it could have abandoned this well up on the land itself? This thing's massive. I've seen these humpbacks up close. They're huge creatures, and they weigh massive. And again, the police lieutenant over there in Oklahoma can't explain what it is. Can't explain what it is. His let's see, the lieutenant's name is Lt Darrell Remmington, and he says again, for all we know, it probably got lost and swam up the Arkansas River until it got stuck for some reason. But then they also admit they can't determine how the marine mammal found its way to the park. There are no traces of vehicles or machinery large enough to carry it where this animal was found. It is astonishing. So wow, incredible stuff. Okay, well, we got more callers in, so let's bring them in. And if you've got a comment on this, like I said, a well of a story, we sure would like to hear it. If you're listening, go ahead, turn your background audio 626 because you are live, Third Phase of Moon. How you doing tonight? All right, 626 just dropped out. All right, let's see. How about 770? You want to chime in? You got something you want to share tonight?
No, I'm just listening in, Blake.
Gotcha. 401. Let's bring him in. 401. You got something you want to share to the world tonight? You're live. Yeah, people get shy. They get shy. Sometimes we'll try 626. 626. You're with us again. You got something you want to share? All right. We're going to bring in F1. F1's always got something to say. A lot of callers, but sometimes people are shy. F1, how you doing today?
Hey, how you doing, Blake? Yeah, just a quick one on the whale. You know, in the United States mainland, we've had incredible amounts of really psychotic rain. I've never seen anything like it in my years here in California. I don't know if maybe it could have swam up the river because of the amounts of increased height of the river because of the rain. That's one thing. And also, if it was being transported by military helicopter or something like this, perhaps it got the cables or something started to malfunction and they let them down by the side of the river. That's another possibility.
Hey, Blake, how you doing?
Hey, good. You got something you want to share, or are you just listening in?
I have a UFO picture that I've taken that I've been trying to capture the last maybe 2 weeks now, and it's been something that when I say like 2 weeks, I'm talking about numerous times that we've had sightings, and and just finally now I just finally was able to sit outside and finally wait, and I finally snapped something.
Okay. Oh, all right. I know it takes a long time sometimes, and the moment and window of opportunity could be very short. What did you capture exactly, and where?
Well, it's to me it looks like multiple orbs in a flow formation, and I don't think it's military.
Did you capture these at night?
Yeah.
Is there any kind of foreground, or is it just a black space behind it, and then these lights?
No, it was in my neighborhood. And
in the photograph, in the photograph specifically, is there any kind of indicator, or is it just up against a night sky?
To me, there's an indicator.
Such as?
Buildings and tree lines.
Well, that comes in handy. Did you try and get any video of this event?
I was just trying to capture numerous pics as quick as I could.
Now this is what everybody wants to know. What do you think they were?
I think it was a formation of UFOs. Just to put it.
Could they have been
bluntly.
drones?
No, not the way these were. That was my first guess, that it was drones, some kids playing around and, but after numerous times of seeing this, you can tell the difference.
All right, well,
I've actually met
the photograph.
you and
I
would like
we want to see
send
the
it
photograph. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Send it to our Facebook. All you got to do is go to our Third Phase of Moon Facebook channel. The link is in all our descriptions in our on our videos on our YouTube channel. Yeah, go to the visitor post and feel free. We want to check it out.
Definitely will. Give me a few minutes and it will be in your mailbox.
All right. Well, maybe stand by. Maybe I'll see if I can get to my Facebook. It's kind of hard to do that at the same time while we're doing this, but we'll see what we can do, and maybe we'll get back to you. Send it to my Facebook. Sure, it'd be my pleasure to take a look at this. All right, let's bring in more callers. Area code 269. You've arrived right here at Third Phase Moon. How are you doing tonight? Hello. Hey, how you doing? Coming a little soft, sir, but where are you calling in from? You got something you want to share to the world tonight? You're live.
Oh, you're talking to me right now.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, sir. How you doing?
Holy crap. I'm sorry. I really did not expect to get in like that. I just seen that you were doing this tonight. I looked at the channel. I'm doing all right. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, doing good. It's we got a big story that we're going to be sharing on our Third Phase of Moon YouTube channel, and it's regards to this huge, massive, humpback whale that has been discovered in Oklahoma, in a part of Oklahoma, and this thing's massive, and basically nobody can explain on how it got there. It's it's hundreds of miles away where it should be, basically, and they can't explain on how it got there. So that's what I'm pretty excited about, is this breaking news story that we're working on as we speak. But we are also taking calls about UFOs. You got a UFO sighting you want to share tonight?
Yeah, yeah, sure, I got one for you.
All right, cool. Tell us when, where, and let's get on with it. Appreciate it.
Okay, so in Michigan, my first sighting, I think, was probably in November of 2016. I had seen a white craft, a disc-shaped craft, that momentarily appeared above this lake that's in the area, and the two people that I was with, they did not even see it, and so they kind of disregarded it. I disregarded it because it was there and it was gone. I thought maybe that my mind was playing tricks on me, and so we went inside, and then the next couple of days, this was a weekend, so this was either Friday or a Saturday. And so the next couple of days, I think it was Monday, I'm driving down the street, and I see this same disc-shaped craft. And I immediately knew what it was when I seen it, and it was as if it was waiting for me. And mine was blown. So I'm driving down the street, so I pull out my camera, and I start to record it, and I was able to capture it, and what it did on the camera was amazing. I didn't even see half of what it did, with my naked eye.
Oh, and, okay. So you have some video. Yes. Let me ask you, was this shot at night?
No, this was during, this was like maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, that's much better. I'd love broad daylight sightings, and yeah, something you can compare size and dimension to. Wow, did you upload this anywhere? How can we take a look at your video?
I can send it to you personally. I'd rather not upload it or anything like that. I really don't want to, do too much with it. But I don't have a problem sending it to you though.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. Look, I have an email address, and it's in every description of every YouTube video that I put up. But you could open up a Google account and you could put it up on YouTube. Just make it unlisted, or I don't know. You're gonna have to get it to me somehow. And you can use Google Drive. There's a few ways to do it, or we could use WeTransfer.com. Anyway, tell me about what you captured. What do you think it was?
Well, I know what it was. It was, it's actually a white craft that I've seen since that particular day I told you about over the lake. I've seen it in many forms, shapes, sizes, colors, and it comes and goes. And I have no idea, why I see this particular craft, but I do. And I just want to tell you a little bit about what I captured. Well, what I seen was it flying around. But on camera, what you can see in particular frames is it will stop. It exhibits, it'll just be stationary in the sky. It'll be as bright as a star one moment, and then the next minute it'll be dim or invisible. It'll just turn invisible completely. It shape shifts, it morphs, it changes as it moves. There's these orbs, and I have no idea what else it is. It's some kind of black substance that actually comes from the craft. It comes from it and leaves it, comes back to it, leaves it. You'll see it all over the craft. I have no idea what it is. There's these other little, I want to say drones maybe, that come from it and fly around and will be in the area. I have no idea what they are as well. And there's these mysterious black clouds that seem to fly really, really fast around when I see this craft. I'll never see it in person because, it just moves at an incredible speed. You would just be amazed,
Wow, sounds like you got something incredible on that video camera or on your cell phone. However you captured it, I want to see it. So it's important out there, people. If you've captured something amazing, Third Phase of Moon is a place to share it, and we're going to give you credit, original links. Some people don't even they just want to share their video. They don't care about that stuff, and that's pretty amazing to me. People are very humble about just, getting the word out, getting the truth out, and I don't care about fame or fortune. I just want to see that video up so people get to see it, and that's the most important thing. So I appreciate you calling in, and do your due diligence, and get that to me, sir.
I'll do that as soon as I can. Also, will this be on the channel by any chance, or is this just live calls?
Can you say that again? He came in a little soft. What was the question, sir?
Will this be on the channel?
If you allow me to have permission to share it, I might share it. But first, let me tell you, I receive thousands of videos that, it's just, I make the decision if they should be shown or not, if it's going to be up to par. It's got to be up to par because we get a lot of glares and stuff like that. So if it's as exciting as you say it is, and I think it is, of course. So I'm going to share it to the world if you give me permission.
Wonderful. Yeah. I'd rather be anonymous though. I don't want to, come on.
Yeah, and for everybody out there, if you want to share your video and say, I want to remain anonymous, don't tell anybody my email. Well, that's what you're called, a source, and we live as freedom of speech. And as a journalist, in this regards to the UFO phenomenon, I'd have to say I am. I don't claim I am, but people share videos and we put it out, and there's stories that are reported every day right here at Third Phase of Moon. So I guess, but the whole point is what I'm saying is we don't have to reveal the source to anybody. We don't have to reveal the source. And that's what freedom of speech is all about. That's what whistleblowing is all about, people. If you got inside information out there and you work at a top secret facility base. You want to whistleblow in regards to the alien phenomenon. I'm not looking for top secret military anything. I just want to know about UFOs and aliens, people. Reverse engineered technology, alien technology. Yeah. Whistleblow it to me, please. We'll take our risk. We've done it before. We've taken a lot of calls from whistleblowers. Quite insane. Wow. Okay. That was a cool call. Hopefully we get to see his video. Well, I'll take a look, and we'll put it out there if it deems worthy. 989, you're live, Third Phase Moon. How you doing tonight?
Oh, yeah, Blake. Can you hear me?
Gotcha. Loud and clear. How you doing?
Okay.
Where are you calling in from? Slow it down. Sounds like yep. Okay. You're on the show, live.
Calling in from Michigan here, mid-Michigan. Name's Jordan. Long-time listener, first-time caller. But
I love
anyways.
first-time callers. Go ahead, Jordan. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sounds like you got something you want to share. Let's hear it.
Yeah. It's just we get a lot of. I'm about 2.5 hours north of Detroit, so I'm right smack dab in the middle of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, and going just north of me, probably 50 minutes is Grayling base. There's a base called in Grayling, Michigan, but we get a lot of TR-3B sightings up here. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but I believe that there's one station pretty close by to me, and I've seen it in broad daylight, and it looks just like the one that you've posted a while back that was burning over Area 51. That looks like the Star Destroyer. It's not the small one, but it's the bigger one, the bigger black one. And we see that where I'm at at least 2 or 3 times a month, sometimes where I'm at, up in the air.
Is there a military installation next to your area? This is in Michigan, right?
About 50 minutes north of me. And it's usually pointed towards that direction, but sometimes it's so high in the sky that it almost looks like it's over, totally different area of the state. But it's so big that you can see it from almost but I never get this chance to videotape it because I'm always in my car on the highway driving. So it's like, and you'd be shocked of how many vehicles, everybody's oblivious to it. And, my grandfather worked for Hughes Helicopter. I'm 33. My grandfather's like 80-something years old. And he worked for Hughes Helicopter Company way back in the day. And he worked for McDonnell Douglas, which got bought out by Boeing before he retired. And he knows and has told me so much stuff that even back in the mid-50s, early 60s, that some of the stuff that we're just now seeing today, they've been using it and doing it and back engineering it for years. There's so much, people are there's a lot of people that are either misled or misinformed on stuff, but it's just my opinion. But I'd like to get a little more out of my grandfather because I believe he knows a little bit more than what he's telling me, but I just wanted to shoot that out there about my TR-3B sighting. If you didn't.
Well, yeah, that's amazing. Let me ask you about this TR-3B sighting because they're happening around the world, and there are many videos and photographs that we've shared on Third Phase of Moon from multiple sources, and they seem that some are bigger than others, and there's no sound whatsoever, and it's basically it's black. It's not silver or anything. It was the one you see black, like a black stealth almost?
Completely black stealth. Almost looked straight like something out of Star Wars, but it was just you wouldn't have seen it in the air because you wouldn't have heard it unless you looked right at it. You know what I mean? And according to that TR-3B, this is the first time I've called in, and I'm not saying everybody has their own story, but you'd be shocked of how many people that I've heard tell sightings and stuff that give similarities, and a lot of them sound like TR-3B sightings because there's different shapes. Some of them illuminate, just like your previous caller said that he could see. They have the ability to take what's in front of them and project it behind them. So if it's the sky in front of you, they're projecting that so it looks invisible. they've got this technology that we've had for years that's letting the vehicle shape shift and morph. So
it's basically, it has a cloaking technology that's around now. The military has cloaking technology. I'm saying this is probably military, but it's definitely using alien technology that's been harnessed.
It's definitely
for
not.
a decade.
It's definitely
now.
alien. Definitely alien. Definitely. However we got this, it definitely did not originate on our planet. And I love listening to your show. I tell all my friends about your show. And you just have to be narrow-minded to believe that we're the only intelligent, or just even the only form of life in this big thing we call this universe that we're all in. That's the way I look at it. So it's got to be something else out there.
Common sense. But wow, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you getting the word out that Third Phase Moon does this. We do it twice a week, and we want to get people's information out there to the world. It's important to me, and it's important to everybody that's listening. So it's
I appreciate
it's a
your
public
show.
service. It feels great.
I want to ask you one more question. Over 5 years, about 4.5, 5 years now. I'm listening to you guys.
Wow, that's awesome. That's insane. I appreciate that so much. But let's get back to the business of the report of your sighting. How low did this TR3B? You see this thing in the daytime, and that's very rare. That's very rare.
It's not the only time. It's not the only time I've seen it. I've seen that one twice. I've seen that same exact craft probably 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Okay, going on US 10 North, which is in Michigan, mid-Michigan area, and like I said, you wouldn't have seen it even when I seen it then, unless you looked right at it. And I was doing 70 on the highway, but I looked at my passenger in the passenger seat, and I said, "Hey, you see that thing up there?" And by the 5 seconds it took me to get him to look that way, it was gone. Being that big in the air, though. Looking that big when you've seen it.
A lot of people are going to be jealous of this because everybody. Yeah. I got a feeling we're going to be seeing this thing here pretty soon. This TR3B.
But I've seen it. I've seen this thing two months ago when I'm reporting now. I've seen that one twice. I've seen the smaller TR3B probably a handful of times, but that one I've seen it at nighttime. The smaller one.
Well, get your friends together. Get your friends together, or get some kind of camera. You got a cell phone. You got an iPhone, I'm sure.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get it on videotape. I just didn't. It's just every time I see it, I'm behind the wheel of my car. So maybe one of these times when I go out and I'm in that area that I haven't seen it, maybe I'll let somebody else drive and try to get a shot of it and keep my phone going, because I got a real good camera on my phone. So. I want to get this thing on video, and I'm going to get it on video, and the day I do, I'm going to be sending that in to you. So don't worry about that, Blake.
Wow. I love that. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the shot. And I got a feeling you're going to get it because you're in a hot spot, it sounds like to me. So, well, I appreciate the call in. And, don't be safe. Go ahead.
Yep, thank you, Blake, man. Appreciate it. Michigan is kind of a hot spot. I'd say over the past 4 or 5 years, I've noticed a lot of activity. Just, I know it's nothing like California, but I've noticed there's, certain spots on our nation that are hotter than others, and I believe Michigan's up there. It's up there. It's up there with it. So, but I'll let you go. Thank you for taking my call, sir.
I'm sure we're going to be speaking to you here very soon. You just never know. You never know. The man sounds determined, if you ask me, to get the evidence, because from what he witnessed, and if we were able to see what he witnessed, now, it wouldn't take much convincing to people like, hey, look, this is the real deal, people. Michigan's a hot spot for TR3Bs. There's mystery all over this planet that needs to be figured out. And that's why Third Phase Moon is here. I'm going to be getting on this well of a story, like I say, because it's huge. It's massive. And I know how big whales get. I've seen them up close. It doesn't make sense on how they could have moved this massive mammal to this location without any kind of indication of machinery. It boggles the mind on how this got there. We'll see. We'll see on how it turns out. It could be an elaborate hoax. I don't think so, but you never know. I want to get your comments below, everybody. So stay tuned for our Friday show. We're going to be doing our Friday show again. It's the same time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we will be live again, taking your calls from around the world. So stay tuned to our Third Phase of Moon YouTube channel for daily updates in regards to the UFO phenomenon. I wanted to thank everybody joining us in the flash chat. There were some really great theories on how that massive well got there. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody, and listen to Paul Barrett's incredible soundtrack titled 2017, We Have Landed on the Moon, Blake Cousins. Keep your eyes on the skies.
Control, this is Flight. We have landed